Happy June. June 10th. What's amazing and exciting about June 10th is this. This week, the World Cup will begin. If you've not watched the World Cup, you're making an option to not be part of one of the biggest spectator sports in the world and spectator events. So it'll be very exciting. It goes on for weeks. So there's really not an opportunity to say, I couldn't watch one of them. But if you're going to watch somebody, I'm going to suggest you watch Germany. You had a good chance, fun stuff. You'll see good play. You can understand the game a little bit better when you watch a good team play it than when you watch kids play it, because kids don't quite understand how the game works. So they're fun. And if they're your kid, it's double the fun. But that all starts right pretty much the end of this week. So today, that was Thursday. So I'm going with Thursday. Going with Thursday. In addition to that, what you all should be really excited about being here today is this. Olivia is in Texas. Jamie is in Maplewood. Melissa, well, she's an agent. And I don't see Colin. So the wheels are off this cart completely. I get to do whatever I want. That makes it fun for all of us. I like the thing. But with that in mind, I do want to get on talking about all the great stuff we've got for you today. And one of those first things is, hey, who touched these buttons? That guy didn't do the thing right. Well, you have two people who do this. At any rate, today we're going to be talking a lot about BrokerBot. This thing is a super useful tool. And I'm sure every one of you can't get away from the fact that on your feeds and social media, there's somebody saying how you can use AI to make billions of dollars. And then there's somebody saying how AI is drinking all the water in the world. And those things are probably both true. You probably could make $1 billion and drink all the water in the world when you've got it. So we're going to talk about how you can use it and make it more practical for yourself. And we brought in a guest speaker, since you're all tired of hearing from me talk about it. Mikey's going to talk more about BrokerBot today, which is exciting and great. She uses it very regularly in her business and can talk about how she will use that with you guys. And got a great packet. So if you like paper, old school paper, she's created that for you. And I'm going to steal some of her thunder. She created it using BrokerBot.
And also it'll be sent out in an email to all the agents.
For like the digital phone.
A digital version.
I love it. I like it. So we've got that going on today. In addition to that, oh, that's Sean. I thought for sure for a second that was Colin. So haircut is like, ooh, just go. All right, thank you. Today, I'm going to bring up a good friend of mine from Cinch, my buddy Jason. We share names, but not any family, which can be confusing. But he's going to talk a little bit about Cinch, and then he's going to come back to do our lunch and learn later.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me here. I will start off with the joke. So how about how much does the chimney cost in a real estate transaction?
About 10.
A smoke.
How much does the chimney cost in a real estate transaction?
10.
Good, nothing, it's on the house. Yeah, I know. I'll have more later, so stick around, or don't make that not the reason for coming back. So later on, I'm going to talk about, we just had a product refresh, brand new brochure, and if you hang around, I'll tell you how you can get $230 back without even filing a claim. So you still get all the protection, but we've added some new customer benefits that total $230. They don't even have to file a claim. Super easy to redeem. So I'll tell you about that after the meeting.
Perfect. And we are having lunch today. What do we have for lunch today?
I don't know, you ordered it.
What do we have for lunch?
Canes.
Canes.
Well, that's not,
So,
that's solid.
like the peppermint ones?
No, not candy.
Oh,
Wrong time of year.
okay, good. So we've got that going on. We'll excite, obviously, after the meeting, go have some lunch, bring it back in here. Jason will talk about how your clients get $230 back. Right away. All right, profit share. We like to talk about profit share, and we are proud to share. Last month was $16,362 returned to agents who created that profit, right back to all of you guys. And that was a pretty good number. Pretty happy with 16,000 for the year. That brings us to 30,781. And this month is shaping up to be even maybe a little bit better. So that's a pretty good news. We're excited for that. Why don't you all give yourselves a hand for doing that work? And that's money you made. So that's money you made and it goes right back to you. That's pretty cool. I like the idea of money making coming back to you. Our play of the week this week was Jennifer Wilson doing a lot of amazing stuff down there. Tricia, do you mind talking about Jennifer?
Well, there's so much to say about Jennifer. She's just a fabulous human.
Tell us a little bit about that, because I know Jamie comes up here and kind of gives his little snippet, but I'd like to hear it more from you directly.
She's a true team player. She's always willing to jump in wherever she's needed. I know she's helped people in this office as well, not just our team down in Belt Plain. She's very active, volunteering at her kids co-op school. She was their volleyball coach. She volunteers in the classroom. She just does all the things and has been doing really well with her business as of late with closings and has navigated through some pretty sticky situations, but she always has her clients back and is an awesome agent.
So doing great things on the personal side, doing great things on the business side. I know that she's helped out Kelly with the lockbox. Maybe a remote location we couldn't get to. So I can absolutely attest to the fact that she's helping people out in this office. And that's what being the play of is all about. How do you help out in the office? What do you show up? How do you make a difference both in your clients' lives and the lives of the agents around you and the people that you surround yourself with? And as a part of this brokerage, these are the people who are part of your team. And it's great to know who they are and what they do. So let's give a hand for Jennifer. And she wears a jaunty hat, so that's fun. All right, we'll talk a little bit of review from last week's dual agency discussion. And I want to start out by making sure that we understand these are rolled up contracts. I don't know why we chose that, but they are in fact rolled up contracts. I think when we're talking about dual agency, we had a lot of different discussions really about dual agency, some questions about it. But we have an obligation to our clients to provide them the highest level of service possible. And dual agency is an opportunity for us to do that as well. And I know for me, when I went to class, I'm not going to say anything about my individual instructors, but I certainly left that class feeling like I should avoid this like the plague. And I don't know if that was their intent, but dual agency is a tool that your clients and you can use to help your clients find the right property for them, the right price, sometimes potentially a better price than if they were to go on the open market. And in order for us to be effective dual agents, one of the things that's most important is communication. We have to communicate clearly with our clients what's going on in a dual agency transaction. And if we ask our clients, can I share this with people in my office? And they say yes, you can. It's pretty much that straightforward. And that was a big hang up for, I think, for a lot of people in the meeting. Can they share things with their clients? As long as the client gives you permission, answer is yes. And dual agency is an important part of that. So you have to communicate very clearly. I don't know where we're going with that. In dual agency, we provide facts, not direction. Am I sharing facts or interpretations of the facts? And I think that, yes, okay, that makes a lot of sense. When I'm in a dual agent thing, if I'm a dual agent, I'm not allowed to service one client to the detriment of another. So I can provide to them facts. Those are facts. I don't get to say things like, well, I really think that this person might sell at a lower price if we pressure them. That's probably not something that we can share, but we can absolutely share that the house has been on the market for a long time, and they probably want that in many cases that indicates a strong willingness to negotiate. That's something that we can share in the process. So it's a matter of how we communicate, not that we do. Trust lives in confidentiality. Not everything we know needs to be shared. People trust people who protect information. Trust is earned when people know their conversations are safe. And so that's always important. We don't share anything that they don't want shared. But if we ask them and they're fine with sharing it, we can. That's the bedrock of communication. And clarity beats memory. misunderstandings thrive in verbal communications. A lot of times in text, even more so, where you can't interpret tone. So it's really important to use follow-up questions to make sure that you're clear and that they're clear with what you're saying, just to confirm, here's what we agreed to. Follow-up emails are wonderful in a dual agency transaction, frankly, any transaction. Follow-up emails are important. Written agreements, document what you said, how you said it, and how you've communicated it, and what's important. And text confirmations, so you can have a paper trail. This is communicated, this is okay, I'd love for you to do that, those sorts of things. Clear communication isn't about more words, it's about being clear about what you say and following through with those items. So clarity beats memory. The goal is not to persuade people. Best communicators are not the most persuasive people in the room. They're the people who create the most clarity. Clarity often is driven through simplicity. Clarity builds trust, and trust moves an entire transaction forward. We know that. That's why everyone in this room I've worked with, met with, talked with. Trust is a bedrock of how you approach your business. And so how do I make sure that I'm delivering that? With clarity and consistent communication. And that's the best way to handle any dual agency transaction. With that in mind, I've got some friends who are going to come up and do some Kahooting.
Perfect. I think we're gonna skip Kahoot today.
We're gonna
Just kind of
skip
keep you
Kahoot,
guys
but we've
rolling.
got all kinds of
Yeah.
neat things to talk about
Got some neat
today.
things to talk about.
Well, I like that. You've got a
absolutely.
nice looking shirt, man.
Thank you.
Rip.
Hey, this is the second compliment of the day, so I will be going back and buying it.
There you go.
I'll take it.
Maybe not the same color though.
Oh,
Well, I mean, the color is fine,
Bill
but
coffee.
two of the same color is weird.
Fair enough. All right. I'll take you shopping with me.
I have 3 of the same color shirts.
All right, well, first and foremost, thank you guys for the time. We're gonna keep this one moving for you guys, get you rocking and rolling. We have, I think one thing more than anything I wanted to share was just a moment of gratitude for this office. We released it on our mutual club group, but this was the #4 market center in the entire country for overall Agent Plus production and overall production in general. Like, just what we're doing in such a short time period has been honestly incredible. We understand how difficult it is to give new partners a try. We appreciate the heck out of it. It's been an incredible ride, and we're just coming up on coming out of our first full year working together. So this has just been pretty amazing for us to be a part of it. In addition to that, yes.
Does that sound like a round of applause?
Yeah. I want to explain too, like #4 in the country is pretty incredible too, just based on who we're up against and office sizes that we're up against too. There is the one that came in at #5. I just want to clarify one thing. There are 422 agents in that office. And so for us to beat them out was pretty amazing. And it's not just Agent Plus. This is all transactions in the market center. So that's unbelievable. So great job, you guys. And then I think a second thing that we were talking about, I was at a different meeting as well, is just overall turn times. Okay. So competitive edge right now, are you seeing, and this is an honest question, are we seeing quick closes as a leverage tool right now? Like vacant properties, we see that the fridge is empty, the closets are empty. We know that we're probably looking for like not a 60-day closing or a 90-day closing. We're looking for like a 30 or a 25. We've brought on a new team member who will be starting next Monday. She's an experienced processor. And in addition to that, we're also going to be piloting a program called Fast Track. Fast Track is going to be where we take your client and we put them through an entire underwrite process up front. Income, assets, credit, underwriter reviews it. I'm sure you guys have all heard of this before, but it can also come with an earnest money guarantee, so we can make the earnest money hard and fully refundable to the client if for some reason that offer falls through. It's a really, really cool tool because it's going to help us compete against, some cash offers. They don't want to use some of our buy before you sell programs. And it also allows us to close really quick. So we've got actually our first Fast Track loan in. The app came in on Friday. They're trying to close by June 21st, and it looks like we're gonna hit that date as well.
That sounds
So,
fast. Does that sound fast? That sounds
Fast, yeah. The
That sounds
only
very fast.
caveat on that is that if it requires an appraisal and you guys have an inspection, we're gonna order that appraisal even before the inspection period's done, just because we can't wait at all. So, okay. So thank you guys, unbelievable, we're really, really excited. We do have some summer events that we're planning, but we're not releasing yet. We don't know exactly what those dates are, but it absolutely will include that. This group, and it will absolutely include, making it in that top 5. For
Can any of them be outside so we can sweat?
Oh, not gonna lie to you, I'm a big fan of AC, so probably be air conditioned would be my guess.
There you go.
All right.
Thanks, Ken. Great job. Good seeing you. And let's give a hand for the young ladies in the back who always do a lot of the heavy lifting. You don't always know that, but they're back there, they're chasing that guy around to make.
They are.
He wouldn't have probably been here, but they haven't. So,
I'd have
you
been.
know, let's be cool with that. With that in mind, we're gonna move on to another exciting segment today. We're gonna bring up my friend Grace. Now, there's supposed to be some weird music.
That's okay.
Yes, there you go.
Okay, hi. So tomorrow we have 2 events happening tomorrow. One is in office and one is over Zoom. This is happening in office tomorrow, starting at 9 o'clock. This is for, if you're 18, between 18 and 29. We're still accepting signups for this. We're still seeing people filter in. So if you know anybody, your kids want to go to this, it's a really cool opportunity. I will be there. I'm super excited for it. We just got the books delivered. It's just a good opportunity to set up like the foundation for your life financially, your goals, your mission, and the values like for your life to get you jump started into being able to take them the quantum leap for adults. But this was created for specifically 18 to 29-year-olds. So if you know anyone, there's a video posted to our Instagram. KWPRMN is our Instagram. Share that out. Get the word out, but that's tomorrow. And then other event happening tomorrow, this is over Zoom. If you can't make the time, I still encourage you to sign up because you will get a recording for it. But this is offered by the region and it's just gonna be great information on like marketing and AI. So I encourage you to sign up for that. That's at 2 o'clock. Sit on the Zoom, it's 90 minutes. And again, you'll get the recording. And if you're going to Quantum Leap, you can get the recording and then watch it later too. That's what I'll be doing, so. Okay. June 25th, we have a headshot and B-roll event with Tammy Bryce. She's offering special deals for us, so these prices are lower than her typical pricing, and so there's a sign up here through this QR code. You can also find it in the Friday emails. It's a good opportunity to update your headshots and get some B-roll too for your social media that you can use. Like throughout the year, you'll get 5 clips unedited so that you can clip them yourself and that you can post it out to your social media. And I just think that's a really useful tool when you're looking for content to put out there. And if you need a new headshot, because those are always great. Yes, Jason.
You know, I'm not a big fan of getting my picture taken. But do I have to be there for all 4 hours?
Nope, you can sign up for your specific slot. We'll have a charcuterie board and like drinks there too, so you can socialize. You can stay if you want, but you can just pop in for your segment and then pop out.
So can I come just for the charcuterie and not get a picture taken?
No. But I don't want anyone to get discouraged by the fact that it says Minneapolis, because there has been some people that don't like to drive in the city. Her studio is right on the outskirts of Minneapolis, so you don't actually have to drive through the city. I hate going to Minneapolis, and I'm going to this because it's on the outskirts. Okay, so don't let that discourage you.
She makes it a lot of fun too.
Yeah, she's great, like.
She did get me to smile, so if that's a challenge for you, know that she's skilled in that area.
Yeah. Okay, we now have the sign up live, for the potluck for the barbecue on July 8th. Super excited for this. It's always a pretty good turnout. Hopefully the weather holds out for us, but I'm excited for it. I love a barbecue. But can be found in the Friday email as well. There's options for you to sign up for specific stuff and then also just whatever you want to bring. But it's just a good way for us to be able to know like what people are bringing, and it's just a fun time. So come, there's music, it's summer, It's a good excuse to get outside. It's right after the team meeting on July 8th.
So I've never been there before. What happens? Help me out.
Yep,
I'm
so,
socially awkward.
yep, so KWPR, we provide like the meat and the buns and like the main stuff for the barbecue. Colin and Jason will be grilling. We'll have tables out down in the parking lot, tables and chairs, and then we'll have food set out for you. There's like dessert, pasta salad, whatever you want to bring for that stuff. But yeah, we do provide the meat and the buns for burgers and hot dogs and stuff like that, so. Thanks, Jason.
You bet.
Okay, Mega Agent Camp is coming up. It's already almost 2 months away, which is crazy. But they just announced that Simon Sinek is the keynote speaker for it. If you don't know who he is, I know his name and I know his face, and I've seen some of his stuff, and I have some of his stuff saved, but I couldn't tell you a whole lot about him. Do you know a lot about him?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Start With Why is probably his best known book. But he's a person who talks about really, finding your why and how that integrates into your business and how that's important. So he did a TED Talk, which is really where he first really got his real start. And his TED Talk is one of the most largest viewed items on YouTube as a whole. And he just really talks about how you can be who you are in your life and in your business and still be successful. And if you orient it that way, you're going to find a lot of success. I was telling somebody earlier today that if I could pick 3 speakers to see in a year, they would be Jay Shetty, they would be Gary Vaynerchuk, and they would be Simon Sinek. And right now I'm at 66% of the people I want to see. And Simon Sinek is a fantastic speaker, speaks clearly and plainly. It's really interesting and a great opportunity if you're interested in that.
There's lots of opportunities at Mega Camp to level up your business, and last year we had a pretty good group go, and I know there was a lot of fun stories to come out of that trip. So, get signed up. You can go through this QR code. It's also in the Friday email and on.
And it's in San Antonio, which is a nice place.
Yeah, the Alamo's there.
In the middle of downtown.
Yeah. Oh, I'm done.
There you go. All right. So, as you guys may know, I like to talk about BrokerBot a lot because BrokerBot is a great tool on all of us. But I thought, and more importantly, Mikey thought that maybe somebody else talking it would also be helpful because she uses it every day in her business with her team. But raise your hand; they don't always know that you're here. But so we're going to talk a little bit about BrokerBot, how she uses it, how you can use it, how all of those fun things can happen. And while she's getting set up, I'm gonna go ahead and pass these bad boys out. So you can go along with the fun. There you go.
Is there something we need to do to reconnect our broker?
You know, it's really funny you mentioned that.
That
We're gonna
went
go through
out.
all of that very
Okay.
quickly today.
Yes, that's gonna be the first thing, because
side.
I have a question for you guys. Who knows how to access BrokerBot?
How to access it?
How do you even get in?
Yeah, that's kind of that.
Where's my knowledge voice?
Yes.
So we're not gonna, that handbook is pretty big. We're not gonna go through the whole thing. But there's a lot of prompts in there you guys can use when you're at home or in the office and just work a little bit through it, try it out. I'm just gonna flash on a few things of it, just so you guys get an idea of how big of a tool this can be. To find it, go on the dashboard. It's right there.
KWPR dashboard.
Right there.
He's a cute little robot with an antenna.
To set up your integration. So right now, if you don't have anything set up, it's just an engine, search engine like Google, ChatGPT or whatsoever. But you want to use it as a tool, more like your team member versus just how do I do this? So you go on, you scroll down here on the left-hand side, go in your settings, and there's this little button called integrations. You can see how you can access multiple tools. Gmail, connect your Gmail, connect your Google Calendar, collect your command and your camera. You would be surprised what you can all do with this. By clicking the button.
Two very exciting things. Yes, all of those can be connected. They're going to ask you if it's okay if it sees all that stuff. And if you want to use it, the answer is yes. If you don't want to use it, the answer is no. It's that simple. It's kind of like the terms and conditions on your iPhone when you get it. Do I accept them? Well, if you don't, you're not using the iPhone. So in order for any of the Gmail, Google Calendar, KW Command things to work successfully with BrokerBot, you have to accept that it's going to look at them. And that's going to be one of the questions it asks you. The second thing I want to point out, and this is new news, kind of came out yesterday if you weren't hanging out on Facebook all day. Michael Lewis Marketing Suite is now available in KW Canva. So this is another way to access that. What's Michael Lewis Marketing Suite? Michael Lewis Marketing Suite is not Martin Lawrence Marketing Suite. That's a different guy with a different product. But Michael Lewis Marketing Suite is some of the best known marketing material in there. There's all kinds of different templates and opportunities to build stuff that can help your business, and templates make everything easier. And people in the old days, prior to this, used to pay hundreds of dollars a year to access that stuff. And that's all just part of your Keller Williams technology fee now.
Wow, 500 new templates. Show me Keller Williams templates to use. The Canva.
That's fancy.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm like a keyboard. It's thinking and should pop up some of them. See how they all pop up? You can use any of those. And you see up here, it's 500 templates.
Yeah, I don't think you want to show all 500.
I do not want to show all of them, but BrokerBot can access it. Well, if you say, hey, I have a new listing, here's a picture of the listing, like from a picture. Please create a new marketing strategy with it. It will pop you all of it up from new listing to coming soon to open house, everything. Just need to ask for it. But again, make sure you have the stuff integrated and set up right here in the integration. Because otherwise, it's not gonna do you any good. Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you. And again.
That was 3. I'm done.
Me.
So if you guys do not have this set up, it's not gonna work.
Not be able to connect to Canva without you allowing. So.
Yeah.
I have found, since you taught me that it will ask me now if I want it to upload to Canva for me, and I'm like,
Yeah, you can save those templates that you create throughout the usage of BrokerBot.
well, I don't even have to ask them to do it.
And BrokerBot is only as useful as you use it. There's people who just say summarize the contract for me. There's people who say just write me a listing description. But if you actually start talking to it actively, like it's another human being and not just like show me this and this, it's gonna find you all kind of new tools and ways of using it. If this is set up, whenever you have a new question added or a new request, always click new chat. Because if you go in old chat, I will try to collect the information from the old chat. You always want to do a new chat.
How do you do that?
Click on new chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I was looking at the main screen, not on the left.
Yeah. You want me to say tell me to see it or do you want me to?
I don't know. Why not? Why not fire that up? We talked about this in a previous team meeting, but not everybody's here for every team meeting. So I think it's really good that we do talk about it. It's one of the most amazing things. And I do want to preface every AI discussion that we have, and I've talked with Sean about this, because I know he's using this to talk with Mikey about this. Every AI discussion I want to have going forward is not me teaching you how to do it, but it's having an honest discussion about what you're doing, because the problems you're solving are so distinct and separate from what I might use it for, that collectively we're doing some pretty amazing things. And what Sean is doing is different than what Mikey is doing. And as a result, we can learn from each other a lot of stuff like typically our mastermind group. So
And all these things are just examples.
Yes.
Everybody uses it different, and the more you use it, the more tools and success you will have with it.
absolutely.
If you just look at it and don't do anything with it, it's not going to be successful.
So yeah, if you hit the plus button, it will pull up prompt. So, no, I'm saying that, when you want to add the file. KWPRTC is a code that you can type into BrokerBot, and that will trigger it to act as a transaction coordinator. What it will do is it's going to give us some simple instructions. We just type it right now. It's going to say, what can I do? And this is going to give us an overview of the things it can do. If we actually upload, and it'll tell us, please upload a contract.
So all I did right now is I put in KWPRTC. And it's gonna tell me what I can do with it. We all knew Jenny, who did the transaction coordinator services, was sending out emails, looking over compliance files, make sure everything is in there. Put in the key dates in our calendars. Again, it's important that we connect the calendar so we can put it in there. It will set us reminders in the calendar. It will create the client introduction emails, escrow emails, the start of that, and review and approve the contracts. So go ahead and upload the contract. Click on the plus. Click on-
There, Richenko.
Okay, just uploading the contract.
Thanks, Katerina.
Sorry.
Those are her files.
And-
We're using a real live example of a recently closed house.
It's already closed, right?
Yes.
Done here? Okay. It always thinks a little bit long. Just grab a coffee while it does it.
And can you do that? It's gonna sit. But right now, it's reading the actual contract we just uploaded. It's reading the entire thing, all of the words. It's pulling out key dates, important things, all the stuff that's discussed in there. Is there inspection? Is there not inspection? What are the earnest money amounts? What are the time frames that are set? Everything is going through right now and reading that. And if you're watching it, it'll actually read and tell you what it's pulling out of there. But once it's done, it's going to provide a fantastic summary and some options for us about what they can do next for us.
What's the big contract?
So.
It's a good
Jason, with normal AI, I've seen it where sometimes it's not accurate information. Have you seen anything with BrokerBot yet where it tells you something, but it's actually not true?
When I'm using BrokerBot, I don't tend to have it. Two things are true. One of the things is BrokerBot uses our internal information. It's fenced.
Okay.
So it's not going out looking for information out there. So that helps prevent some of that because it's not pulling from random sources or things like, right now, most AIs pull from way more from Reddit than probably they should. And Reddit is not facts. It's a lot of opinions and fun stuff. So, can you get ghost ideas? Probably. That's one of the biggest things that they work on all the time. And I've seen, that, if you're following the updates to BrokerBot, but I have not seen it. I have not been able to duplicate an error, where I've gone, oh yeah, that's not right. But I've done this process with all of our closings in the productivity team. And at this point, I haven't seen any issues.
Great.
But they exist, it should possibly.
I haven't
And
seen any issues either, but I would always recommend to still read about it.
as much as you do with your transaction coordinator anyway, that sometimes they make mistakes, so it's real, it's possible. But you are ultimately responsible for what you produce. So it's good to check.
So thought is complete. It's gonna give us the transaction summary and the key dates. Property address, legal description, the typical for us all, the contact information of all parties included. And then the financial terms. I always double check that, make sure it's correct. And then here are the key dates and deadlines. Scroll you to the side and see all of that there. And then it suggests the 24-hour reminder events. Now it's asking you, okay, what do you want to do next? Do you want me to put that in the calendar for you? Do you want me to write down an email to the lender? I don't know how you guys do it, but I always do an introduction email to the lender once everything is signed. Like, here's the paperwork, here's the summary. Same for title and escrow. So it's asking you, do you want me to do these things? And you can say yes. Put it in my calendar. I'm not gonna do it for him right now because otherwise he's gonna have random calendar and reminders and the phone's gonna go off. But it can put it in your calendar, it can put it in your command, it can do a lot of things.
And if you roll back up to the dates, I don't know how you guys are, and I admittedly deal with some very new agents who are not always familiar with how the dates work. But just telling them when the inspection is due is wonderful. It just does the math. When is it due? And inspection period ends on 24th. There you go, I'm done. And I don't have to figure all that stuff out, what days count and what days don't. It knows what the final acceptance date, it does the math for you and puts it out there for you. And then using the calendar integration, if you want, you can add that to your calendar. So it'll take care of doing all of those steps for you.
And
Instead
you
of
can do
having
that
to do the individual
in
pieces.
minutes. Well, when you do it remotely or manually, it takes you a half hour to an hour till you have everything set up and written up. This is minutes. It saves you so much time.
Mikey, could I do this from my phone?
So,
All of it?
yes, sir.
Absolutely.
You can, you know how it's connected to your command and you get all these vendor business cards or a new client's business cards, investors, snap a picture of it, send it to BrokerBot, tell it to upload the contact information in your command. It will automatically do that.
If you have the file sent to you in an email, you can download that file to your phone and upload it to BrokerBot through a text message, should you choose to do that.
So if you're in
And do
between
the same
closings,
process.
do a click on your phone while you're waiting for the next closing or next showing.
Because you're probably waiting for 25 or 30 closings. Between them, you've got to go. Oh, she is, but the rest of us, I don't know.
Yes, I have a lot of files at the same time, but that's the course. With that, it saves me a lot of time. They can handle a lot of files at the same time.
Now, one of the cool things, and if you're not following along in the book, we're in section 2. She goes through what actually happens step by step. In this KWPRTC, and that's, I think, page 4 or 5 roughly is where we're at. But it goes through step by step what it actually does and how it reads it and what that information is. I know some of you are interested in the output, but some of you are actually interested in the, how does it work? And this is a great overview on how it actually goes.
And those boxes, again, they're like examples of how to type it into a BrokerBot. So you have an idea of how to ask it for help. We're not gonna go on that right now. That just gives you some ideas. You guys ever had photos, I think Kelly had that the other day, where there was a fireplace, like the photographer sent the picture back, the fireplace was burning, like there's a huge fire in there. What she did is she threw it in BrokerBot, said, please adjust the fire in the fireplace so it looks more human and more realistic, and she got a nice little tingling fire in her fireplace. So you can stage your photos, you can declutter. I'm in a very rural area, so most of my properties are a shit show, literally. And I asked BrokerBot to just declutter it. Take all the stuff off the counters. No one ever knows it, no one cleaned up the house.
Hopefully they do before the showing.
They asked for it, but.
Hopefully. Keep your fingers.
Yeah,
But, so you're saying, how do I make that prompt? What does that prompt look like? And in your package, we've got an example of that.
Yeah.
Remove all furniture and personal items from this room so it looks clean and empty.
Yeah.
Now the good news is, if you're selling a dentist office, that's an absolute win. Because there's no furniture, they're just completely empty. But on the other side, the personal items, it's English speaking. When I say English speaking, it doesn't really speak. But it understands basic English, so you communicate it to, or as you would a normal person, you're gonna get the results that you're looking for. I like enhance this listing photo to look bright, crisp, and magazine quality.
Yeah.
It's gonna go through and adjust the colors and saturations, things like that. I don't know anything about that stuff, but I know the system can do it, and it knows what it's doing. And it's pulling that information from stuff it's been trained on, so.
and it's like in my rural area, it's been helping. We don't have photographers out there. So I do have to go out there and take my own pictures. They're not always straight, they're not always perfect. But if I throw it in there, it saves me a lot of time to get it adjusted and make it work. Yes.
I've used it where the photography comes back and they've color corrected like cabinets and it's just an odd color. And I'll put it back in here and ask them to deepen the color or whatever else but to leave the rest of the photo, and it's worked great that way.
It's important that you always say like, create a new picture, so it's not adjusting everything.
And I like your suggestions here about renovation visualization. I know that I've seen some houses that, well, might need some help. And sometimes buyers aren't really good at imagining what help would look like if it were to arrive. And so those are photos that you can easily create and then post in the home, showing, hey, here's how this cabinet might look if you decided to update it. And that's a great way to just kind of put that idea in their mind when we know that some people have difficulty with that kind of visualization.
You guys ever wonder how, I'm sorry,
Oh, good.
hope you don't have anything
I'm not a
going on.
I try to be.
Whenever you try to do Facebook posts, did you guys always sit in front of the computer? I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna write down? How am I gonna describe the pictures? It's not, how do I design the picture? Like, how much time does it actually take you till you have the new listing posted? 30 minutes, hour? I take the picture, throw it up there and say new listing or closed. Oh my. So for example, when we had the news about the VA loans don't require chipping paint or do not care about chipping paint on the outbuildings anymore, on farm places, etc. It took me like 2 seconds to make a post. I'm trying to pull it so you guys can see it. I'm not from this
There we go.
country. This is not my first language, and I've been using. I don't know shit. I can see it on you. Yes, helps. But it helps me to save a lot of time trying to correct it. Yeah, typical fixer upper what I deal with. Brokerbot wrote me a nice little text while I was sitting here in the LLC meeting. Wrote it all up for me. Took the picture. We have templates in our systems, so we just exchanged the templates. And this was posted like within 2 minutes. Was no problem at all. Same for this one. We closed on that yesterday as well. It was a little more difficult file, so I was like, oh, how do you describe that best? Like I was dealing with abandoned alleys and all this drama you always deal with the cities. And it took us 2 months to close it, even though it was like 2 days. But let's do a shout out to the city because they helped us. I put a broker back. Please do a congratulations to my sellers and to my buyers and do a huge shout out to our city. That's the result. Posted it, shared it in groups. We already got a bunch of likes. I posted it at 2 hours ago during the LLC meeting. Took me 2 minutes. Instead of sitting there for 30 minutes to an hour trying to figure out what to say, how to say it, to create the image.
You didn't do that in the LC meeting. You were busy paying attention.
Absolutely, while arguing with you.
You were paying attention very closely.
I didn't do that while driving either. So, yeah. Let's see if I can. There. I asked her to create a VA picture for that loan that I was talking about just a minute ago, that they changed the rules and regulations on it for the appraisal. I just asked her to create this, use one of my templates, and it was like overlapping. So it's like, well, make this one see-through, so I don't have to worry about it. It's right there, 2 minutes, whole text about it. You got multiple responses on it. A lot of people are excited about it. So just as an example, it's very useful, time saving, very time saving.
We'll go to section 5. That's the first one.
Who has heard about Chartmaster?
Chartmaster.
Oh boy, okay. Chartmaster has been an incredible good tool if you know how to open it. If you ask your broker bot to create a market update about the Twin Cities, or give me a county, what's the county names out here? Okay, one. Scott, Okay. Why is that?
Oh, that's fine.
Hmm. Maybe the market update of Scott County. Master. I'm not spending. Thinking,
Well, I was thinking,
yeah, have a copy.
what are some things you're doing these days, Sean, using broker?
I think Brian talked a little bit about it when he was teaching a class, but we've, used kind of that crit model. It was Jeff Woods that came up with to just help us, come up with some of the same things, whether it's, listing descriptions. We've used it a lot with some of our scripting for our phone conversations too, to really get our scripts a little bit more dialed in for whether we're calling old expireds or downsizers or circle prospecting. We've, that interview feature where you're asking BrokerBot to interview you to dig deeper into the context is something that I would have never thought of on my own to do, where it's interviewing me and asking me questions to get me to think a little bit differently about how I'm on the phone or how I'm even preparing for a listing presentation for a particular property. So we've plugged that model into a lot of different scenarios to help us with either prospecting or presenting information to prospective clients, whether it's a listing presentation or doing a price analysis or digging into something like this too, to be a little bit more efficient with our time with some of the market data.
We use it in our team for script and role playing too.
Yeah.
Or like we have a few new agents that needs to learn the contract stuff, like teach me about the contracts. It will give you a summary of every single paragraph to learn them easier. I mean, you all need to know them. It's very versatile. Okay. Scott County market update. Here's your results. For April this month. Medium sale price, 492,000. Median days on the market, 34 days, month of supply 2.5 to almost 3 months. Pending ratio is 37, almost 38%. And so on. It's telling you the snapshot, okay, how many listings are there, how many active listings are there, how many are under contract closed. What's the median sale price to old price, median days on the market, and so on. It's not pulling these informations from Zillow or Realtor or Redfin. It's pulling it from your MLS. So those are actual data that we are using when we do our CMAs. What I like to do is you all do these newsletters and here's a market update or write me and create a market update newsletter. Right. He's broken. You know how it's accessing your Canva again?
What?
Oh, you're spending it out as a mouse email on demand, it's fine. Processing the image. Don't be too excited.
You can't have more fun than image processing. I'm certain of that. This is where you get the call. So you're drinking it.
I'm always ready for a coffee cup at this point. Okay, that's your image, still loading. Then here's your newsletter information. Copy and paste. Then I will show you how to create a campaign and command as well. We have smart plans, automatic triggers, and all kind of fun stuff in command as well. You guys know how to access your account master if you just wanna look around in it itself?
This is section 6 by. Department. Catering exclusive market data terminal. There are 3 sections that it covers different markets, depending on how you access it, the greater Twin Cities, which is Southern County Metro, Southwest Minnesota, and then South Minnesota and River Valley area.
All I do is new chat, tell me about Trackmaster. And you guys have the link in here too for Trackmaster. I have twice written it down here. And contact information for Jason and Jeremy. Right?
Jeremy, he didn't
Yeah.
speak in class today.
Yeah.
That was a Pearl Jam joke. It's okay.
There's a training resource. You can click on this link and we'll give you a YouTube training resource so you can utilize it a little bit better and learn more about Trackmaster itself, PDF or PowerPoint. And we'll give you the link. Here we go.
So what Chartmaster does is Jeremy Trask is the creator of Chartmaster. Chartmaster digs into our MLS data very specifically to look at things like pricing strategy and how that affects how and when homes sell. Now, that's all delightful information, and your job as an agent is to communicate that to your clients. But some of the stuff that it can tell you is, if the house is priced right, it typically sells within these number of days. Houses that don't, if they don't sell in those first 16 days in Scott County, we found out earlier, if it doesn't sell in those first 16 days, it'll tell you roughly how long it takes for a house to sell. And that's probably in the area of about 120 days. So if it doesn't sell in 16, you're going a long way. And it will help compute the carrying costs that your seller has while that house is waiting for the 120 days of sale. It'll tell you roughly how much they're gonna have to go under their original list price to close the deal. And that's all based on the statistics of what has actually happened. This isn't pulling numbers out of the air and telling your client that, well, if the house doesn't sell, we're probably gonna have to drop it 10%. This is gonna say, this is what actual sellers who tried the strategy of pricing it be above what the market says, what their results actually were.
And how
And-
much money they lose by keeping it at that price and keeping the utilities up and then later on get a lower offer. Versus pricing it right away. So I just asked that, show me how to access it, and it pops up the link right here. And here are the 3 different reports for you guys. All kind of information for each month and quarter. With quarter,
Probably just got that last month, so I don't know if that's in there yet, but it should be getting in there.
you can easily access it. Scroll down to whichever you need, gives you all the information.
There's a lot of charts in there. If you like data, Steve, there's a lot in there. If you don't like data,
Down.
if you don't like data and you're like me, you just wanna just tell me the story, that's right, just stick with the broker bot implementation. And there's room for both, whatever that works for you. I mean, the idea is that you can use this tool to fit your clients and your business, not how I do it.
There's one more thing I wanna guys show you, cause I don't know how you guys' emails are, but mine gets spammed with crap all day long. And I do not have an overview of my emails anymore. All I do is like, new chat, give me a summary of important tasks in my email and calendar. Again, it needs to be connected. Like I showed you in the beginning. It's probably give you some information about the emails that you need to take care of.
Maybe. Well, Kelly's in that field, so it should be fine.
But I do that every morning, so I know, okay, what is urgent, like inspection notifications, did I miss a counter offer? Did I miss a signed document that just slipped in a different folder? It goes through your whole email.
Now, I've used the email thing, I've used the email and the calendar thing I've had to check my calendar for upcoming events, send an email, follow-up emails to everybody based on what's on my calendar. So I know, for example, for me, because people use my Calendly link, there are a lot of new agent licensee appointments. And one of the things I do is go through my calendar for the next week, find all of my new agent licensee appointments, draft an email saying, hey, I'm so excited to meet with you, including their meeting times and stuff like that. It'll draft individual emails for each person and send them all out en masse, so I don't have to do that. Which is certainly a great time savings for me. But if you've got other processes that you use in your process, so for example, if you know that you have a listing appointment coming up, what do I have to do?
Just so you.
Yep, Kelly.
Kelly using
there you go.
Tennessee, just so you don't
I
forget.
gotta know that, nope, that's why, I got, that's why I can be here and do 3 meetings today. But it can go through and pull all that stuff and make my life a lot easier. So if you know you have a listing appointment, you can have it send your listing packet. If you've already created that in there, send it, that your pre-list packet, have it send it. Compose the email, send it out, boom, you're good on your go. And one of the things I do a lot is, because I tend to use my phone, believe it or not, a lot more than I use my computer. I just text Broker Bob what I want it to do. So I'll text it, make an appointment for me with Zach Beidelman on Thursday at 11 a.m. to discuss. And it'll go through and find Zach Beidelman in my contacts. It'll pull out his email and send it to him and make sure he gets a copy of that. I get it on my calendar. I don't have to do all the other little finagling. It might ask me a couple more questions, like if I'm not really clear on what I want it to do, it might ask me, when is this at, or where is it at? And I don't know. But it will drive that process and create a calendar invite and send a copy to him as well. So those are fantastic things. I can just via text. Yes, that.
So do you have, I was gonna ask, but you brought it up again, how do you know what's the number to text for your broker bot?
I love it. So can we jump over to settings real quick? When we're in settings, on the very first page of settings, you put in your email address, the one that you want to use, and you put in your phone number. It will then send you a verification text. The number that the verification text is not the number for our broker bot, but it will send you a verification text. Okay, you get that text, you put in whatever code it gives you. Then the very next thing I do in broker bot is say, text me the front door code. I literally tell it to text me the front door code. And when that text comes in with the front door code, I just save that as contact broker bot. And that contact now, from then on, I can text broker bot at that contact forever. It's one number, it uses it all the time. I don't know where I put my phone. Oh, it's over there. Now, I don't know how you guys are, and I joke about this all the time, but yes, the front door code is 98712. And it absolutely fires that off right to my phone. It texts it right back, and then that number is forever in there. I'm just gonna check on that for you, but it is 952-866-0007. Not 007, it's not a spy. Okay, it's 0007.
So if I see that in there, it's under broker bot hotlines,
Mhm.
that number's in there, so if I text that one, it's going to my broker bot.
If you text it, it goes to BrokerBot.
Yeah,
Yes.
give it a try. Ask it
Yeah.
what the front door code is.
Or ask it to make it, if you've set up your calendar, ask it to make an appointment for you. Hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm not always available for text during the team meeting. Sometimes. So there are, and I think kind of what we were talking about and what one of the things might be showing here is the process for this. If you truly want to master AI, you need to think of it. And one of the reasons I think that using it as text is so valuable is you need to think of it as a person, not a computer program. And the second you convert it to a text contact, you start thinking of it like you're texting another person, not a computer system. Now, it's not a person, we all know that, and it is drinking all the water every time you text it. So that's fun and exciting. It will absolutely respond to you though in that capacity. Yes.
I love these power tips at the very end. Thank you. Good call to action. And it says, use voice on the go. Call BrokerBot while driving to an appointment. So you not only can text it, but you can also call it.
Yes.
You bet you can.
Stop it.
Yeah. It's just like another person, like ETC that you hire.
Wow.
Do you have a business card on you, Melissa?
Nope.
Somebody in this room's got a business card.
So I just, like, this, we talked about the business cards, you text the picture of the business cards to your broker bot and tell it to upload the contact information into your database. What you also can do is analyze and show me work of improvement in my command database. It will look through and it's like, okay, you have so many contacts, you have 0 tasks. How did you do that?
Good job.
And then it says critical issues. You need to clean up the database. There's some stale contacts that haven't been touched. Read that about me. There's some unclear tags that should be cleaned up.
Unclear. I know what those tags are.
This is pretty good. I mean, he's not an agent, I know. If I upload my contact, it says first name, maybe the last name, buyer or seller or the town behind it. And it will pop up all these informations like, okay, you should clean up those names and correct it. And it goes way, way faster than typing through every single contact in command. And ask and do it manually in command. So all I do is like, okay, analyze my database. And then we'll tell me, okay, these people are duplicates. You want me to work on the duplicates. Then it will say, okay, these people have weird tags. Or, hey, those people are not having any emails. Do you want to add emails? Or it says, okay, this is not having a phone number. Do you want to do that? You can also tell BrokerBot to add a phone call record. You know, we are supposed to keep records in our database of when we talk to somebody and how it was going. So you can do that as well. There's a lot of tools we can use with BrokerBot if the integrations are set up. That's basically it. Do you guys have any questions? Information overload.
One of the things that I, and what I really like about what Mikey's done here, and let's give her a big hand.
Yeah.
This packet, there's so many little elements in there that you can pull out, practice and try. And the most important thing you can do is just try stuff. The best thing about any AI is that it doesn't really remember or care if you were mean or silly or dumb or crazy or whatever word you have invented to limit yourself, whatever your drunk monkey is telling you, AI doesn't care. It literally just goes forward with it. So you can go ahead and drive that stuff. Now, apparently there's a problem with command today, but with Pam's business card, and I think I did this in the team meeting, so forgive me if you've been here before, but when I put people's business cards into my command account, it automatically activates a smart plan. And it sends them emails and texts automatically just based on me putting it in there. Because I've got a smart plan set up to trigger off of incoming BrokerBot leads. And those emails can say anything. So if I was to do this with, for example, I was at an open house and had a list of sign-ins. And I took a picture of the sign-in list and asked them to add all of those contacts to command for me. And I set up a smart plan to run off of that information. All of those people, when they're inputted, automatically start on that smart plan and start getting the emails that I want to send out based on that information. So.
And if you don't know how to do something or that, or just ask it.
Yeah.
How do I upload the business card?
Yeah, that's.
Show me how to upload the business card to command, and then we'll tell you exactly how to do it. Whatever you want to do, just ask it. These are just some things that we use in our team or that I've been teaching my team, but there's so much more you can do with that.
Smell chicken.
Thank you.
Let's go eat chicken, play some BrokerBot. Our good friend Jason's gonna be up here in just a few minutes talking about how your clients can get what, $230.
Yep.
As a part of the process. What is your, for those who are really new, what is Cinch?
Cinch is a home warranty company.
Home warranty. So if they get a home warranty, they can get $230 buck back for having a home warranty. Wow, I need more home warranties. Can I get 10? Can I get 10 home warranties?
What do you want to meet?
Oh, on.
I had my phone today, so he said that.